Hello, welcome to lesson 3. In this lesson, we are going to be calculating mean of grouped data using assumed mean, or what we call the working mean. So here the assumed mean may be used to make the work easier and quicker, especially when finding the mean of a distribution where the values are large. And here we choose any value within the mid-mark of the distribution to be the mean, or what we call the assumed mean, which is usually denoted by capital A. And then after that, after choosing that assumed mean, we also calculate the deviation, small d, of the assumed mean from the class mark or from the mid-mark. And that d is got using the expression d is equal to x minus a, where that x is the mid-mark or what we call the class mark. Now when we talk of class mark or the mid-mark, it's not always that the values given will be marks. Sometimes it may be weight, so it will be the mid-weight. So when we talk of the mid-mark, it does not mean that it will always be marks. The data will always be marks, but it may be weight, height, but we just get the mid-height or the mid-weight like that. That is the x. And then we get a deviation as x minus a, where a is the assumed mean. Then after getting that d, the mean of the distribution can therefore be given by mean is equal to a plus the summation of fd divided by the summation of f. So we shall have to get d multiplied by f and then get the sum. Then we shall also get the sum of f. Now to understand this better, let us look at this example. The table below shows the weight in kilogram of 100 boys. I see the data. So the data is there. The question is, calculate the mean using assumed mean. Now here they have given us the assumed mean as 77. So that means that at times the assumed mean may be given unto you, and at times it may not be given. So when it has been given, you use that value which has been given to you. If it has not been given, then you choose any value that is any mid-mark value that is within that data. So you just come here and you pick the mean value, and then you pick the mid-mark. You choose any mid-mark here, either from here or from here or from here or from here or from here. Just choose any value, any mid-mark value. Example, if you look at the mid-mark here is 71, here it is 74, here it is 77, here it is 80, and then here it is 83. So you can either choose 83, 80, 77, or any value here. That will be working as your assumed mean. But in this specific example, they've given us the value as 77. So we shall use 77. Let's look at the solution. So here's the data given to us, the weight and then the frequency. Now we want to get the mean using the assumed mean. So we need the x, then we need the d, and then we need the f of d. So we need a column of x, that is the mid-mark, that is x. And then we shall also need a column for deviation, which is the d, the deviation. where D is equal to X minus A. And then we shall also need a column of F times D. Let's start by getting the mid-mark. We can work this out together. The mid-mark, you remember we get the lower class limit plus the upper class limit divided by 2. So we shall have 70 plus 72 divided by 2. That is 71. Then we have 73 plus 75 divided by 2. That is 74. Then we have 76 plus 78 divided by 2. That is 77. And then we have 79 plus 81 divided by 2. That is 80. Then we have 82 plus 84 divided by 2. That is 83. Yeah, so we have the mid-mark there. So we have the mid-marks here. So now let us also go ahead and get the deviation D, which is X minus A. So we shall have X minus A. A is 77. And so we shall have 71 minus 77, which gives you negative 6. Then we have 74 minus 77, and that gives you negative 3. Then we have 77 minus 77, the A, that gives you 0. Then we have 80 minus 77, 3. Then lastly, 83 minus 77, and that gives you 6. So we have the deviation. Now we are going to be getting FD, that is the F times D. That is the frequency times the deviation. So FD is going to be, let's get the calculators ready. So we shall have 8 times negative 6, that is negative 48. 10 times negative 3, that is negative 30. Hope we are working together. Let's work together. We have 45 times 0, that is 0. Then we have 30 times 3, it's 90. Then lastly we have 7 times 6, and that is 42. Yeah, so there we are. Now we need to get the summation of F and then the summation of FD. Let's start by getting the summation of F. So using the calculator, we can work out this very fast. So we have 8 plus 10 plus 45 plus 30 plus 7. And that gives us 100. Then let's also get the summation of FD. Negative 48 plus negative 30 plus 0 plus 90 plus 42, and that gives us 54. So the summation of FD is equal to 54. And summation of F is 100. Now we want to get the mean using the formula. Mean is equal to A plus summation of FD divided by summation of F, where A is 77, and we know that our FD is 54, and our the summation of FD is 54, and summation of F is 100. So when we substitute, we shall have our mean using your calculator again. Let's work out this together. 77 plus 54 divided by 100, that is 77.54. Yeah, so that is going to be the mean. That is the mean weight. It's going to be 77.54 kilograms. Yeah. In our next lesson, we are going to look at the mode. We're going to see how we can calculate the mode. Yeah, thank you for your attention. In this lesson, we meet in the next lesson.